Hello, welcome to Adak Star YouTube channel. Yes, your local farm girl from Adak in Essex is saying hello. Today, I'm so excited to introduce my only child, and my only child, my best friend, my everything. So here he is. Hello, fellow Adak YouTube subscribers. Yeah, his name is Innocent, and what we are going to talk about today is the one who is going to introduce the topic. Well, thank you so much for having me here. It's always been so nice to look at this channel grow from the beginning. And I've seen the passion my mom has in the channel. Every day she wakes up so excited to talk about the channel, talk about new ideas, and you can see the ideas formulating in the channel. And I'm so grateful for all the subscribers who have kept supporting her. And I always enjoy to always support her because what she's doing is a very good cause. It keeps people happy, and I myself can see the happiness that radiates from my mom every day she talks about her channel. Today, we have a very interesting topic to discuss about. We're talking about the student visa and how to apply for it to come to the UK. From Uganda. From Uganda and also other African countries, because I know that people from different countries supporting my mom and supporting a dark stars, and I would like to give very important information to help those who have dreams of coming to a better country and making a better future for themselves and their family at large. Me, myself, and my mom here, we had the same vision about 3 years ago, and through diligent work, through praying to God, through believing in God, and through using the right channel, we are able to make everything go very smoothly. Because when you apply for these applications, you're always told it's a very difficult thing. Go and use lawyers, use this, use that. And before you even start applying for the program, you're already scared mentally because it's a very big task for you to achieve. But I'm here to give you a bit of good advice or a bit of inspiration to always believe in God, trust in God's word, and always follow God's word. Because when you follow God's word, the difficult tasks become so easy. The, 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 the things people talk about that, oh, this is so hard, this is so hard. Once you follow God and you know your heart is in the right place, trust me, believe me, things will just go so smoothly. And you'll look back and wonder, oh wow, this is me and this is how far I've gone. So yeah, this is one of the very tough things to talk about today. And without taking so much time and space, I would give the ball back to mom and let her talk about the beginning of how we struggled and how we began the journey to where we are right now. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm just going to talk briefly about how I came to the UK. I came to the UK and I left my son when he was only 4 years old. Just imagine being a single mother and leaving your child, not to the father, but to a sister. But that sister was like me. Absolutely. I did not even doubt her at all. She looked after my child like her own. Absolutely. Because he grew up with my sister. And all the manners, all the good manners he has learned, it is my sister who taught him how to respect, how to do everything. Absolutely. So my sister, I can just say it, she's I don't know. My second mom. She's a second mom to him. So we brought him up, two ladies. And that's the power of women. Yes. You may not be lucky enough to have both mom and dad, but if you have two ladies who have your best desire at heart, who are there to take care of you, they will nurture you, they will guide you, they will instill manners in you, which will help you throughout life. I always say we are brought back or we are brought up through nurture and nature. The people around you instill the disciplines around you. The people around you will give you the qualities that you move on with life. Yeah. If you stay around someone who is disciplined, around someone who is God-fearing, around someone who is caring, around someone who is loving, you will definitely have the same qualities because through associating with them day in, day out, you build the same habits they have.
Yeah. And I was lucky enough because even though my mom moved on to the UK, she sacrificed herself to come here and make sure there was a future for us as well. Yeah. But through her sacrifice, my auntie, and she's in Uganda, Auntie Pia Beatrice, she took on the role of a mother.
And a father.
And a father as well, actually, because she was singly raising myself and my other cousins as well. She took on the role of a mother and father. She made sure we went to school every day. Every morning before we woke up, she had to wake up, pack our lunch, pack our monies, and we'd wake up having all this in place. When I look back right now, it's so much sacrifice every morning to wake up every morning at 6 o'clock to prepare breakfast, to prepare lunch, and to prepare the money so that the kids can go in school and they're comfortable. Because if you're comfortable from home, you can go to school and you can achieve your highest goals. But if there's instability at home, you're going to take this same instability at home, you're going to go to school and you won't have the focus. And for that, I'm forever grateful to you, Auntie Beatrice, for all the important manners you taught to us, the discipline you gave us. I can see right now, I can simply testify right now, what I learned back then is what I'm using right now. And it's what's helping me navigate life so beautifully. Because if you're loving, if you're caring, if you're disciplined, if your eyes are not focused on people's things and you only focus on your own thing, you're going to move forward. And this is what my aunt always told me when I was growing up. Don't look at your neighbors. Don't look at what your neighbors have. Yeah. Focus on what you have. And back then I didn't realize, because I used to see my neighbors playing together. I'm like, why not play with them? Or why not go and eat the food? I didn't know it then that, you know what, if you grew up having this same thing, that, oh, my neighbor has this, I want what they have, you're going to be so uncomfortable with yourself because you're always going to be looking around outside for what people have. And you'll forget the blessings and the beautiful things right in front of you. And these are the habits and the characters I was brought up with. And right now I can say they're amazing because I can be with my bottle of water, and if someone else has a soda or something else, it's good for them. I'll be happy for them. But I also enjoy my bottle of water because that's what I have right here. And these characters help you on. So, yes, being brought up by two lovely women, to me, was what nurtured me and what made me who I am today. And I'm forever grateful to them. And for other people whom I haven't mentioned right now, you always also made me who I am, okay? I'm not forgetting about you, and I'm not negating you. Everyone who had an input in my life to where I am today, I say thank you.
Good. Good. Thank you. Yeah. And what you
How we struggled and how we began the journey to where we are right now.
Oh, yes. My son studied back home in Uganda, and I was here in the UK. So when we started planning for him to come and pursue his further study here, I just told him, I said, we put everything in God's hand. And with God, everything will be possible. We are not going to involve lawyers. And he agreed with me. I just told him we should start applying. You are the one who has done everything. You know it better. So we started the goal. Me, him, and our God. We did not use any lawyer. So he will tell you how he started it.
So yes, thank you so much, Mom. So my educational journey has taken me all over the world, and I believe that's kind of a good teaching and good experience because I've been able to go and actually get out of my comfort zone because, like I said, I was born in Uganda, Kampala to be precise, and the majority of my childhood was spent in Uganda, in the Ugandan education system. I went to Ugandan primary school, I went to high school in Uganda, and I finished my high school level in Uganda as well. And for my higher education, that's being my associate degree, I was able to use my mom, because before I go into the details, us children are so blessed to have parents who care about us. If you have a parent who cares about you, if you have a parent who has the best idea for your future at their heart, you should always be so grateful to have that. Because A lot of people out there who do not have this chance who have parents who are trying to push them to become better. And in my case, I was so happy and I was so lucky to have a mother who wants the best for her child, a mother who wants the child to go beyond where she's gone, a mother who wants the child to give her pride and to bring pride into the name of the family. And that's what my mom has done throughout her whole entire life. She has struggled, and I've seen her struggle. And through seeing her struggle, I've been inspired to become a better person. Not for myself, for the people around me, for my fellow family members, not only the family members, my friends as well. So, like I said, when I finished my high school in Uganda, I had two options because I did not get the desired goal I wanted to do back then. And my mom told me not to worry, told me she would sort things out. And I did trust her because I know if you trust your mom is like your earthly God. They have the best interest for you. They go through everything for you. Even they could suffer a lot, but for you they'll do everything to make you get better. And you always have to cherish that. Never forget that. However high you climb, always remember the person who made you get to where you are. And in my case, this lovely, beautiful lady right next to me here. So I managed to go to Dominica. I did an associate degree in electrical engineering. I did quite well there. I passed with an honors degree. And after my finishing my education in Dominica, which is in the Caribbean, a beautiful place, very sunny, very beautiful, lovely place. And if anyone wants to go there, please go there. There's a reason why it's called the Nature's Island. It's very green. It's a very beautiful place. So it's another place to go if you want to go there. So that's where I went for my 2 years of associate degree education. I did manage to finish that degree. And after that, I had to go back to Uganda and try to get myself started or to get my career starting somewhere. But through further inspection and through having a chat with mom and big man, you know, we thought the best possible scenario was to move from Uganda and move to the UK and further your education. And that's where the problem comes in right now because we're always told, oh, coming to the UK is so difficult. You know, you have to have this and you have to have that, you have to have this. There's a lot of logistics in place for you to be able to come to the UK. And with mom told me, I remember mom's word was, you know what? Let's put everything into God's hands because God will always guide us. You know, forget about how difficult the thing is. Just have faith, have belief in God, have the right documentation in place, have the right mindset in place as well. Because this is very important. If your mind is not in the right place, nothing can happen. And if your mind is in the right place, and you have faith on your side, and you have a good support system on your side, believe me not, you can move mountains. You can overcome the biggest obstacle you believe in. That all comes with having faith, belief, and a good support system. And that's what we had. That's what we talked about in the mouth. We had the faith, we had the support system in place, we had the right documentation in place, and we were so lucky to have because through this beautiful cocktail, angels came into our lives. And I believe me or not, angels do exist because the people who will come when you have nothing to offer, when you have nothing to give, and they'll see something in you, and they'll have the faith and the belief in you, and they'll take you under their wing, and you be able to accomplish that task. That's what we had with us, you know. My mom's boss was so supportive throughout the whole process, giving her all the documentation in place, making sure all our documents are right, giving her moral support, you know. And on my side back home, because she was in the UK and I was in Uganda, she was giving me advice, do this, do that. And without doubt, without even trying to kind of cause friction, I was just going and doing it, believing that, you know what, we shall overcome that. And that's what kept happening. We kept going through application, we submit our application without any lawyer's guidance, just with faith and belief. We submit our application, we pray over it before the submission that we, you know, same thing. I remember mom used to call me, and she can also testify that. She used to call me every time we had to get to a milestone of the application process. She calls me, oh, Sonny, you should pray over it before we submit the paper. And we would pray over the phone, pray, and submit the paper in. And next thing we know is, oh, you're, gone through this process. What's the next process? We kept overcoming tasks bit by bit, believing, not sure that we got there, but we had the faith that we were going to get there.
Yeah.
And faith, and the most important thing is don't try to cut corners, people. Don't try to think you're too smart and overcome the system, because most times you try to cut the system, you end up trapping yourself. All right? But if you're using the right documentation, the right proceedings, things will go as smoothly as butter. Things will go so nicely. And that's what happened between me, mom, and my application. We kept following the procedures, sending the documentations in, praying and praying about the process, praying so that the people who are having a look at my application process will be touched with mercy and grace and to have faith on our side. Towards the final stages of the application process, one of my documents wasn't right, okay, and this was a point whereby if the people who are vetting my application process, they could have easily said, you know what, this documentation does not meet the criteria of the application process, but they'll simply cancel the application process. And I told mom about, I'm like, mom, I think one of the documents you sent is not right, and I think we may not get through it. And mom told me, you know what? What's the name of the person who is overseeing the application process? And I remember telling mom the person's name. And mom told me, Sonny, don't worry. You're going to pray over it. And our God, who has brought us from where we were to where we are right now, is going to make us accomplish this milestone. And we prayed over it. We did pray over it. And I remember the lady called me, sent me back an email about 2-3 days ago. And between those 2 days, the pressure I had in my heart, I can't even try to say it in words. I was so pressurized. I was panicking. I was so anxious. I thought, we have done all this, and right now we may not be able to get this right. But mom kept reassuring. It surprised me because mom was so calm in this situation, and she was so calm, and so whenever I would call her panic, I'm like, mom, I don't believe this is going to go on right. Oh, she'd be like, son, don't worry, everything will be okay. We have prayed over it, and God was brought us from A to Z. He's going to keep taking us over there. And the lady, after 2 days, the lady sent an email confirming that the documentation I had sent to her had been rectified. And all this is God's glory, God's honor, because we had a chance to have our application cancelled through prayer, through the right application process, through believing things were in our favor. And that was just the beginning of God's favor in my life, like I say at this stage. Coming to the UK was just a start, And I always say, if you have faith in God, your wildest dreams, your wildest dreams, God will get that dream and will multiply it times 10.
Amen.
My only dream was to come into the UK and have an education. I didn't think beyond that. I didn't think about, what? Maybe you come to the UK, maybe in 2 years you get a stable job, you got the job of your dreams. I didn't have all this in mind. All I had in mind was come and start something. When I came into the UK, that was in 2018, I got enrolled into my university of choice, which was London Metropolitan University. The course I was doing was electronics and communication engineering. And I remember the first day going to the classroom, overwhelmed with just emotion, of look at me, I just had this was my wildest dream. And here I am now experiencing this, I couldn't even put this into words. And I knew then I had to make this opportunity worthwhile. A lot of people come from a place whereby you have nothing, and you come into a place whereby you have everything, and you forget your direction. You forget what brought you to where you are, and you forget the sacrifices people made to make you come to where you are. And this is the only advice I would give you. Never forget your ground. Never forget your roots. However far you've gone, always make sure you're grounded to where you came from. The people who brought you to where you are, never forget that. Of course, we're human beings. We become stuck once in a while. become anxious once in a while with the people who are close to you. Never ever let what happened to 2 years away from there got you here. I remember coming here in 2018 and having a promise to myself. When will I study? I made this proclamation the first year. I believe by the second year I'll be studying and I'll be paid for my studies. I had this goal, you know. I came, I saw people who have been here for a while, who are higher in higher places than I was. But I never let myself be compared to them. Because each and every one of us has their own journey, right? And we always get so caught up in life that we start comparing ourselves to other people. Look at him, look at her, look at him. And that takes you away from your situation. Your situation should be unique to you. Enjoy it, embrace the suffering, embrace the success because it will make you who you are. It will build your character.
Yeah.
It will make you interact with people differently. You know, and this helped me out some. This helped me adapt to the life in the UK. I came, I accepted my situation, and I told myself I want to work hard to achieve my goals. And that's the beauty about living in the UK. You know, if you set a goal and you have your plan and you visualize what you want and you stick to that road, you will get there. But if you easily get distracted, you know, I want this, or my friend has this, my friend has that, you will lose track of what you want. And it's so easy to get into that direction.
Yeah.
It's much more harder to stick to your plans every day with all the temptations coming in from all angles and stick to what you want. And believe me, there is beauty on the other side. You know, I was able to go through my 3 years of academic study. I was a struggle, but I was able to go through it all. And by the grace of God, I managed to get a first class honors in electronics engineering. And right now, I speak to you. I'm not just speaking to you as Innocent Luban, Kenny, the little boy of Florence Akelo. I'm engineer Innocent Luban, Kenny. And this fills me with so much pride, so much. And even with my mom, as well, because I never tell, whenever we're going out, you're no longer Mama Innocent, you're Mama Engineer. And this is just the start of it, you know. So, like I said, stick to your education. Don't divert. There's always a little divert. Nothing to tell you. Let's go drink this. Let's go do that. You know, it only takes one step for you to get trapped.
Yeah.
Once you get hooked in that one nice enjoyment level, the next day they'll call you. Oh, let's go do this. You're like, you know what? Just 30 minutes. I'll go do it. And this accumulates itself. Within a year, you've been doing this for 3 days every time. You end up finding out that you've actually strayed so far away from that center line. So stick to the center line. It may be hard. It will be hard, of course, because nothing worthwhile in life comes easy. You have to struggle for it. You have to fight for it. You know, people will tell you all sorts of things, but you have to have a vision in your mind and you stick to that vision. Pray to your God, ask for guidance, ask for comfort.
Yeah.
And you will definitely give that. So, like I say, I did finish my undergraduate studies, did my got a first class degree, and that was just the beginning of, I believe, my miracle. They say, you know, normally the normal procedure is you have an undergraduate study, you go and accomplish a master's degree, and then you're doing a PhD sort of research program to do, you know. But because I put in so much effort and so much work in my undergraduate studies, in my specifically in my final year of studies, and I not only did I achieve high grades, but I also surely impressed a lot of professors and a lot of the teaching faculty at my university. I impressed them so much that they actually offered me a PhD program. And I was shocked. I remember telling Mom, yeah, I think I've got a PhD program. And Mom goes, what? How's it possible? You know? And I not only did I tell Mom, I told Mom told her friends as well. You know what? Oh, he's starting a PhD program. And people were just in so much disbelief because there is a certain way of doing things. And here I was coming and just kind of skipping all this process.
God's work.
And this is all testimony to God's work.
Yeah.
To the belief in God.
Mm-hmm.
God will take you to where you want to be, and you actually extend to way more than you expect.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing in my life right now. I didn't think, oh, by 25 years old, I'll be doing a PhD research program. Not in my wildest dreams. But here I am right now, a 25-year-old boy from Uganda, not only doing a PhD program, a fully sponsored PhD program for 4 years.
A foreign student.
And a foreign student as well. This is all testimony to God's work. Now, another important fact we need to talk about is this lady here. You know, she was able to independently finance my undergraduate studies. Sorry for a short break. She was able to finance my undergraduate studies on her own.
Yeah.
The struggle she must have gone through. And the tuition fee for college in the UK is very steep. It's about £14,000 a year. And that you do this for 3 years. That's why I tell you, if you have a parent who has the best vision for you at heart, speak to them. Don't disobey them. Follow them because they have something for you that you cannot give yourself. And why would you do that by spoiling your relationship with them? My fellow people out there, if you listen to this and you feel I'm speaking to you, always cherish your parents. You know, always have this in mind that I want to make my parents happy. I want to make them proud. And that will give you the excess or the extra motivation you need if you start at night and you don't have the motivation. Just having the idea that, oh, your parents struggle and she's struggling every day to make you comfortable, that should kind of drive you. And I believe that's what kind of drove me every time I felt I was so, unmotivated. I thought about the struggle she went through to get me to where I am. And there's no excuse I would come up with that would tell me, you know what, go and have a seat, have a cup of tea. Because she sometimes has to sacrifice meals just to get me to where I am. So what kind of excuse do I have not to achieve goals? These are the things I had in my mind, and these are the things that slowly helped me achieve my goals and get to where I am. And right now, I'm going to speak to you to cut the story short, and I'm sure I'll always come back here to talk about more specific issues. To cut the story short, not only did I finish my undergraduate study, I got a PhD program, a fully sponsored PhD program. The fees are going to be paid for, and I'm going to be paid on a monthly salary basis. And the bonus to that is I was given a teaching role at the university. I'm 25 years old, and I'm teaching people who are undergraduates. I'm doing my PhD research. I'm an engineer whereby I'm getting contract jobs outside my research hours. I'm literally living my dream right now. And it is amazing. It satisfies you when you know you put in the work, you put in the work, you put in the work, and you have faith in God. People are telling you do this, do that, but you always have your vision, and slowly you see your vision manifest in your life. All the glory and the honor always back to God. So I think that's what I have to talk about today. And thank you so much, Mike, for having me on. Um, I'm so excited about talking about this, and I believe you have left out a few other things out there, but it's going to be the last time you see me. Hopefully, I'll always come back and I'll be happy to share, talk about more things in life.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Anybody who have any query or what, you can put it on our comment section.
Yes. And anyone who is trying to apply as well as a student to the UK, have any questions, have any complaints, feel free to contact Adapter, and she'll be able to help you because we have gone through the scenario, we have gone through the process, and we don't want to hide the beauty of this for ourselves, don't we?
Yeah.
God's grace has to be shared for the whole multitude of people to realize it.
Yeah.
Because that's how people will realize, oh, His favor in this world, His God working in this world through sharing His fruits. So thank you so much.
You're most welcome, Sunny.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let love leads. We are not going to talk much again. I think you have heard everything which he has said. You will be there to guide you. Anybody who wants, to come and study in the UK. Let love lead. And then bye-bye. Subscribe into my YouTube channel. Share my YouTube channel. And like my YouTube channel. Have a blessed Sunday. Bye.